Hey Matt, what you reading?
Well, it's my summer reading book, and it's about...
Sounds great. I didn't have any summer reading this year.
I heard that summer reading helps you during the school year.
It's mumbo jumbo.
Well, I asked a friend to go ask students, teachers, and even a psychologist. Let's go see what they have to say. Lauren Tepfer is here to tell you about it.
Hi, I'm Lauren Tepfer, a WHYY young journalist. Many people have fond memories of reading as a child. Being exposed to reading at an early age is a key aspect of our intellectual development. However, as we reach our teen years, the workload at school can make reading seem like more of a chore than an enjoyable activity. Perhaps the most disliked among the school assignments faced by teens is the dreaded summer reading.
In our school, it was like 5-6 books a summer, which always felt a little bit intense. This year was less stressful because I did not have summer reading, but in return for that, our schools wanted us to start working on college stuff because it's senior year, which is the only reason why we didn't get summer reading.
English teacher Lorraine Eustaris believes summer reading serves a useful purpose.
Summer reading in my class serves a very specific purpose, and that's to develop habits of learning and habits of thinking in students that I want them to have or begin to practice during the school year.
Researchers talk about a summer slide, during which student learning can regress without the proper intellectual stimulation. It is said students can lose up to 1 month or more of schoolwork during the summer. John Berna, a guidance counselor at St. Joseph's Prep and an education psychology professor, discussed with us the effect of summer slide.
Over the summer, if you look at the data at students who read and students who don't read, what happens to the students who read is that they become more efficient readers and they do better on tests in school. They learn better. It's easier for them. Those who don't read, they just stay the same. Some do, but most of them get worse. So it's not like I can only water this part of the garden and that'll bloom. I'll leave that alone and it'll stay the same. No, that'll die. So the non-reader in the summer is like the plant that's not watered.
The summer slide can leave the average student unprepared for the upcoming school year, depending on how much time the particular school and teacher spends on the summer reading assignment. Students who struggle with reading are particularly sensitive to the effects of the summer slide.
I think for a struggling reader, they just need to constantly keep it up because reading's like any other skill. If you don't do it, your reading's going to go down.
The boys that wait to the last minute, I believe, don't get the full benefit of what could be a wonderful experience for them.
I actually did not read any of the summer reading books, and I tried playing it off for the first 2 weeks and spark noting almost everything, and it did not work out.
The pros and cons of summer reading are often hard to distinguish. The disadvantage of having summer reading is that it takes the fun away from the seemingly stress-free environment of summer vacation.
Normally when you're reading, you get into a flow and you're excited about the plot if you like the book and you want to keep reading. But we had to stop and like every few words you had to be like, oh, is that a metaphor? Was that a simile? Is this an example of personification? And it makes it so much more boring and it really slows down the reading process. And for me, it really killed my motivation to read because it was just such a pain.
Reading can also benefit the student academically, if well structured and chosen at the right time with the right book and the particular pupil's interests in mind.
I think you need to be sensitive about each student as individuals. For instance, if there's a student who is a struggling reader, you might want to think about giving them a summer reading assignment that's reasonable for them or giving high interest materials.
So if we said, do this on your own, read what you want to read as much or as little as you want to read, you'd find that some students would be very motivated to do it, but many would not be. If it's not required, they probably wouldn't do it. I think giving students choices among books would be the better way to do it rather than to assign it. Unless you have someone pushing you, you're not going to do it.
Summer reading may be a burden at times, but all in all, it's a helpful tool to keep students keen and alert. I'm Lauren Tepfer from WHYY Young Journalists.